Hello guys, welcome to Simple Programming channel. I hope you are all doing well. Before we start, if you come across my channel and like the content, I would appreciate it too much if you subscribe and turn the notification button on to get updated whenever I upload something new. Today's video will be kind of an answer to a question I got asked by a user here. In my previous videos, I made a tutorial about how to sort an array of strings in alphabetical order. And the guy's question was, what if we want to sort an array of strings or a list of names according to an alphabetical order of our own choice? That means not the standard order we know, rather a customized order of our choice. And that's the question in the comment. Now, before we answer this question, let's first get a little bit familiar with sort algorithms, how this sort process works. In programming languages, we use a bunch of sort algorithms. One of the simplest is known to be the bubble sort algorithm. Let's suppose we have a list of numbers, the one here with the following elements: 90, 14, 100, 52 and 12. Let's suppose that we want to sort it in ascending order. Bubble sort algorithm tells you that we generate iterations, and in every iteration we try to sort each two adjacent elements and swap them in case they are in the wrong order. And it's important to know that in every new iteration, the greatest element will be pushed to the last position. For example, here in our example, in the first iteration, the number 100 occupies the last position. Number 90, which is the second greatest number, occupies the second last position until we get to the last iteration, which is the fourth iteration, where we can see clearly here that our elements are sorted in ascending order. Now, if you want to talk about that in algorithmic way, we can see clearly that we have nested loops. So the first loop corresponds to the number of iterations, and the second loop, or the sum loop, performs the comparison of the adjacent elements. The E index is the index of the father loop, and G index is the index of the sum loop. So that's a little explanation of how the bubble sort algorithm works. Now let's perform our task. First of all, let's create a new project and call it sort list. Let's create our main class in this package, default package, Java class, and call it sort. And we create our main method. Now let's create an array list of strings and enable the user to enter names. We need to import array list class. Now let's print a message as a hint to the user in order to set the names. Enter names. Now I will make a for loop to enter names. Let's enable the user to enter 7 names. Names dot add new scanner system dot n and import the scanner class. Sorry, I forgot to add dot next. So this line enables the user to enter names. Now let's create a new class to work on our sort code and let's call it customized order. Now the first thing in this class, I will just create an array of characters. Private char reference and I'll just copy the order that the user suggested here as a favor to him. This is our reference order according to which we will sort our names. Let's now create a method and call it sort, and it receives the list from the user in order to sort it. Private void sort, it receives an array list as an argument list. So we need to import the array list. The problem is fixed now. Let's now create the loop that generates iterations. For int is equal to 1, a list dot size -1 e++. Now we create the loop to access elements. -1 -e, sorry, g++. Now let's get the length of the elements we want to compare, and we will understand why. The first length corresponds to the first element's length. List dot get g. It will give an error because we should cast it to a string. Now we can get the length. We do the same with the second element's length. Just need to change it to second, and here g+1 second. Now let's suppose we have two names, Sami and Samir. So the idea here is to compare the first element's character with the second element's character, and if we see here, we can see that until the fourth character they are the same. So the program will move to the fifth, but the first name doesn't contain any fifth character, so it will give an error here. That's why when we make our comparison, we make a condition on the shorter element's length. That's why we should get the length of both elements to compare. So let's remove these both names. Now let's get the min length. Min length. I will use the ternary operator. First length, second length. Yeah, first, second. So it means here if the first length is less than second length, it will assign the first length to the min length variable, else it assigns the second length. Now I create a for loop again for int k equals 0, Okay, sorry. G++. Now let's create two char variables, char1 and char2. Char1 corresponds to character of the first element, and char2 corresponds to the character of the second element. Get G, position G, char at, and the same for char2, G+1, the second element, or the adjacent element. Now we have the element G first character and the element G+1 first character too, and we want to compare them. But we compare them based on what? And here is the main part of the program. We actually get this character of the element G and we compare it according to our customized alphabetical order, and the same thing for the first character of the element G+1. As an example, we have two names. We have Victoria and Romeo. So what I want to do here is to get the position of this first character for k is equal to 0 and compare it according to this order. And because here we are in an array of characters, when we compare and when that character matches one of the characters here in this array, we just need to retrieve the index. So here for Victoria we have the index number 0, 1, 2 because it starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will retrieve number 6. And for the first character of Romeo we will retrieve 0. And because it's the same code, to get the positions of the character we will just implement a new method to perform that. And this method returns an integer which corresponds to the character's order according to our lexicographic new order. Private char position, we will send character what we do here is to make a loop int x x plus plus if reference x matches with the character of the elements, means A, if it matches A. So if the sent character corresponds to any of the characters of our alphabetical order, we need to return the index, which is x. And here we return, if there is no match, we just need to return 100, and we will understand why. Because it's possible that a user sets a value or name which doesn't contain any character of our alphabetical order, so it will just return 100 and it will be in the bottom of the list when we sort the string elements. Now we get back here. Now I want to create two integers to receive the position of the characters. Position 1 and pos 2.